point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it out past the 45. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The Chargers sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
You look at this Colt defense.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
To put a drive together.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what we're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 3.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get out near the 45. They'll spot him at the 34. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Benjamin St. Juice there on the stop. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
42 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
up the middle. Here's Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Down the right sideline.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Beautiful fake. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard
line. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now 2nd and 3. Again, it's Hampton.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
These two teams all tied after 1. Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Forward Jones.
And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
It seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 32-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Cameron Dicker for the Chargers field goal.
And his kick is good. So that, Charles, season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Now a hit and a loose football. And picked up, and they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, LA. Extra point try now from Dicker. It's good to make it 17-7. Return for a score. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of. And so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because, you know, those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA. Velus Jones, 57 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and a couple. Throwing Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, with a dime left on defense, 2 extra defensive backs in the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Jones. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines, but incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. The quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Chris Olave there to make the grab. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 3rd and 3.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Man open, here is Jones. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. This one swung out here to Jones. And it looks like he'll be just a yard.
6-yard line.
Now it's Herbert. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Omari and Hampton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. 31-14. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. For the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
This 2nd and 4. On the draw is Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 103 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
Now that was an excellent read, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people do a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you kind of hit the jackpot there.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. Off the play fake. Jones. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Chargers are going to hand the football here at their own 18-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's complete to the Porter. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. Oh, this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Davis, 62 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable comfortable lead.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is now 24.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
For the Chargers.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Offense at the line and set to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, another run to Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. They run once more with Taylor.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
A gain of 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the handoff, this is Taylor. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones. Got his man. It's Warren.
But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The try! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 32 that time.
That's another
So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route before he gets the football because he's got a full head of steam when the ball is popped in his direction. Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Marion Hampton,
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Chargers start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
For the Chargers.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
You definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Taylor.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he's going to be out around the 45-yard line. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
173 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
2nd down in the yard.
Now we give to Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Off play action. Jones.
To the left side, he's got Warren, the tight end.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Chargers 45, Colts 21.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might roll out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That is caught. He's got it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
So that's about as crazy of a play as you're going to see. He lost the football, got it back, and took it into the end zone.
And it's really tough on the defenders, isn't it? Because when they see a loose football, sometimes you end up kind of shutting it down and you go into fumble recovery mode and you forget about the guy who fumbled it in the first place. That ended up costing him.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
First time I done got wild now turning nothing to something. We doing big things, ain't never bluffing. Top of the world, ain't no doubt in mine, it's about time. Whoa. Hey, what you know? Hey, crashing out, but my pedal is to the floor. Whether in the clouds or down below, all I wanna do is hear you get loud. So get loud. So get loud. So get loud.
Wild little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fits. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me home when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Son of a gun, pay for all I've done. That's where that Guido's head, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Yeah, went full drive, blue lights lit up my brown eyes. I just tried to play cool. Cop said, boy, you're just a fool. Cuffed and stuffed me in the trunk. Next time I won't get sold. Son of a gun, pay for all I've done. It's where that Guido said, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Had a load of fun on my parents' couch, tried to figure out what love's about. Mom came busting through that door. What? No more. Kick that girl out in the street. Next time I'll be more discreet. Wild son of a gun, pay for all I've done. Well, that Guido said, 'cause I ain't done just yet. Play it up, play it up, play it up.
gotta pump my taste. Hold up. Y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up. We mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up. Mine also dangerous. Hold up. Y'all talk outrageous. Hold up. Don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up. Got that touch my savior. Hold up. Give it that touch with my haters. Lyrics can't hear it no more. Stand up to the man, can't fear him no more. Sonogram don't feel it no more. You been driving a minute but can't steer it no more. Riding away but now you're chilling on shore. What's the use of being rich when your inside's poor? What you don't wanna see more, you wanna see more, but you wanna see sore. Life done slowed you down, your body is acting up, your mind is out of bounds. It's telling you pack it up. You shackle by thoughts and memories that's adding up. Like overseas, you feel alive like you can't have enough. You probably feel paralyzed if you ain't had a buck. You still feel paralyzed, the bucks and track. Friends is having kids, ain't adding up. What's the use of having a world with no love? What's the use of having a light with no plug? What's the use of ingredients with no sauce? What's the use of the physical with no source? We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. Light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. Light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. We flared up, flared up, flared up, flared up. Light me up, light me up, light me up, light me up. Hold up, y'all gotta pump my taste. Hold up, y'all can't talk about basic. Hold up, we mighty more Power Ranger. Hold up, mine also dangerous. Hold up, y'all talk outrageous. Hold up, don't get caught in the matrix. Hold up, got that touch my savior. Hold up, give me that touch with my haters.
No Collins. We in Miami and we ballin'. She let dollar pull up, bitch, we mobbin'. Every time I'm in the city, we be locked in. Ay, locked in. Ball Harbor, take you shopping. Nikki Beach, we in the water. Free up, make it hotter. 2 a.m., we ended up at Live. 3 a.m., we like Pope. 4 a.m. and I know which girls I'm taking home.
Just spend, make our own, we don't follow the trends. 100 on our own expense. Only live once, so we let's take, don't miss. Pour them all out, then reload it. More drinks, more sips, more time getting spent on text. More things that I gotta confess. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves and live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just float in.
Yeah. Running money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got richer, these got bro, call me slow, 6 racks on a sweater. My thing I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spit 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 220 on me, hustle and grab. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. These be hating on glitz, I don't it. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most want it. Hold up, let me switch the flow. Just like a baker, yeah, I'm addicted to dope. This a cold word, yeah, keep a in my coat. Money hungry, yeah, tryna give me some more. On our pack, this ain't, I'm talking down on glitz, I like he ain't the go. If you don't agree, ask the streets and yeah. This 5 air, you already know. Already know how it go. Already know I got on go. Money calling, gotta go. You gotta go if you play or you troll. Freshest on the globe. Got tryna snatch out my soul. Front and back pockets on swole. Young, got a whole lot of zeros. Bringing money up to a whole nother level. Hustle, I don't know no better. When I got rich, got bro, call me slow 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Spit 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Duke diamonds on me, I'm a blue devil. 220 on me, hustle and grab. I'm nothing like them, I put paper over pleasure. I used to want to imp, now I got self. If it's about money, then you know it's whatever. If it's about money, then you know I'm on it. These be hating no glitz, I don't it. Can't take my chain, ain't nothing like homie. South Middle Spanish red, most want it.